Something crazy that I've been thinking about is, what is the possibility that Global and JP, they are probably in a position where they're going to go ahead and Dokkan Awaken the Ultra Instinct Goku that is in the game, Ultra Instinct Omen. So, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of context, we know that, first and foremost, the mastered version of Ultra Instinct will be making a debut this weekend. So, that's a thing. That's going to happen. Secondly, there is the Tournament of Power event returning early next week as well, to JP Dokkan, that is. While it's already currently live on Global anyway, so it doesn't really matter making the specification. So, that's two things that are happening. So, all those things together kind of give the inclination that, hey, it's possible that we see something come out of this. Now, a while ago, about a week and a half ago, I did a video talking about what I think the potential Dokkan Awakenings would look like for this unit in particular. Now, I don't know if they're going to drop a Jiren or, the Vegeta's new form or anything like that. Just specifically talking about what we have currently in the game, Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, the intelligence one, and what he could become. So, go ahead and check that out. And as far as like my predictions on like unit passives and stuff like that. But over the course of like the last few days or so, I've been meaning to do a video on it, but something dawned on me. So, of course, with that form making a debut in the show, it's going to, of course, be a brand new form. It's going to be just entirely different. And we know that this game is produced by Bandai. What does that mean? D3, what are you saying? I don't want this. I'm going to go out of my way to say this. I don't want this. I will be incredibly upset if this is what happens. But honestly, I think we should temper expectations and probably expect this to happen. It's very possible Ultra Instinct Goku, the one that's currently in the game, does Dokkan Awaken and get a Dokkan Awakening because he already does not have Fierce Battle. He should get that at some point. Otherwise, he'll be the only festival exclusive in the game that doesn't get it. But here's what could happen. If they go ahead and awaken him, and this actually, if you can do what I want to do, I know I'm beating around the bush, this could actually be a very good thing to an extent. So what could happen is he gets a Dokkan Awakening, but stays Ultra Instinct Omen Goku. Yes, meaning the exact same form, black hair and all, no silver/white hair, black hair, but he picks up Fierce Battle and upgrades the unit's passive, leader skill, etc. Now, that's a really, really good thing if they at the same time drop a new unit and you actually are able to summon that new unit. Because at that point, you can use them together on the team, the Realm of God's team, and you're going to be set. That's perfect. But of course, if you're not able to summon the new unit, you're going to be kind of SOL. Now, I think that is honestly probably the most likely scenario because it gives them a way to resell the same unit, which they are keen on doing, but also dropping a new hype unit and feeding off of the hypeness of the show, which is something that they, again, have done in the past and are keen on doing. I think that that is very, very likely to happen. Now, I don't in particular want that to happen. Like I said, I don't want it to happen because of the sole fact that, you're kind of already devaluing something that's already in the game. But I feel like a lot of people, to be 100% honest, would be upset, but also wouldn't care. Like, it's just like, we can finally use this guy that we currently have and have had for, for however long to his full extent. And I don't think that they should have done what they did in the first place, dropping him without an awakening. But the reason that they postponed it could have been because they wanted to drop a Ultra Instinct mastered version of that card at some point. Another thing that could potentially happen, let me know your thoughts in regards to what I just pointed out. The good and the bad. I don't want everybody to just think about that and just rage, oh my god, a new unit, because it's Bandai. Like I said, chances are there's going to be a new Goku. That is probably like 80%. What I just said is probably like 80% likely what's going to happen. Like I said, just temper expectations, get ready for it. So another thing that could potentially happen is they Dokkan Awaken the one that we currently have into Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, or excuse me, into Mastered Ultra Instinct, which will just be named Ultra Instinct. But, for simplicity purposes, I'm calling it a different thing. They Dokkan Awaken him into that, so that's a thing that could potentially happen, but they still drop another unit, right? Because they're going to drop another unit on this banner. Whether it's Goku or not, they're going to drop another unit because there has to be something that's the banner card. It's not going to be UI Goku again, the intelligence one. They're going to do something. They could mess around and drop an SSR Mastered Ultra Instinct Goku. you know, that Dokkan Awakens into the same form basically, but he picks up Fierce Battle. That would be another thing they could potentially do, while also awakening the old one into Mastered. Now that I wouldn't like in particular. Why? Because aside from aesthetics, looking at, you know, the different avatar, I guess it would just probably be a color hair change, like a color palette change for his hair. That doesn't actually work schematically the same way. You can't use them on the same team together. Now, that takes away an option from you. And we don't know what his category would be or anything like that if they have to drop another unit, but it doesn't work exactly the same way. And that just, in my opinion, wouldn't be the best way to handle a situation like that. But again, I'm not going to put anything past this company that produces this game, because that's just another way for them to say, hey, we dropped another unit, go ahead and pull for this new unit, which they've done, right? Physical Vegito Blue into Tech Vegito Blue. Oh, Physical Vegito Blue is amazing, but Tech is a lot better. AGL Rosé, amazing. STR, a lot better. So on and so forth. Physical Vegito versus Super AGL Vegito. You know what I'm saying? That is something that they have done and have no fear doing. Now, another potential possibility is they go ahead and drop a new Vegeta unit or a Jiren unit. You know, they have to do something like that. Maybe they drop a dual Dokkan Festival. I don't know. But maybe they do something like that, which takes the focus off of UI Goku, and then from there they're able to just Dokkan Awaken UI Goku into the Mastered form, and then of course that's it. That's the only Mastered form in the game. This is, in my mind, the most unlikely scenario, right? In my mind, that is the most unlikely scenario because they're basically just reusing the old card. Now, I don't want to put laziness out of the equation, right? Because sometimes they just get really lazy with this game too. But I feel like that it would, being a unit that we already have, that would be something that they wouldn't really want to push for. You know, they would want to find a way to make you try to spend money on a new banner again. Unless that new unit that's going to be the main focus of that banner is that enticing, then this is just, again, not going to happen. So that's kind of my ranking as to what happens. I think that they're going to probably drop a new one, keep this one as basically the base Omen Goku, and then just turn him into a Transcendent UR. But something else that's really interesting could happen. So since that's the case, just kind of piggybacking off of the first thing that I positioned to you guys, I proposed to you guys, since they went ahead and decided that they are going to put LR cards on these Dokkan Festival banners. Yes, Dokkan Festival exclusive LRs, which I think was a solid idea because it adds another element to the LR name, you know, the brand, and a lot of people can pick up those LRs. Do you think, and this is a question I proposed to you guys because I think so, yes, just to answer my own question, do you think that that card would be an LR? Because I think that, honestly, at this point, just about every Dokkan Festival we're going to get after the ones that we have now, the Gotenks, or the Vegito and the Gogeta, every single one after that is going to be an LR Dokkan Festival. That may be a bit hot takey, like just kind of like massive hot take, but like I think that's what they're going to do from here, and it'll have some sort of different mechanic to them. Because another thing that they could do is drop an LR Ultra Instinct Omen Goku, which I would not like that. You know, Dokkan Festival exclusive one that starts off as an SSR, etc., etc. Maybe he starts off as just base form Goku, whatever. But I wouldn't like this, and he could probably transform, gain access to the transform mechanic that the other two Dokkan Festival ones have, and then he transforms into the Mastered form or something like that. Maybe he starts off as Super Saiyan God Goku. That would be amazing. I would love that. Or just something else. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't like this one in particular if he starts off as whatever he starts off as, but if he ends up as just regular Ultra Instinct most of the time until the transformation mechanic or whatever new thing that they implement using that type of mechanic kicks in. Because what will happen is, again, you have another scenario where you can't use the old one. But really, to my point, I don't think they really care about that. Which is going to be, and I only care about that in particular because I hate that they do that to these units. They kind of just give these units the same name and you can't use them. But I especially hate it in terms of UI Goku because of the fact that we never really would have gotten, at that point, if you pull for the new one, you're just going to say, oh, I'll never use this one again. And you never would have really gotten your money's worth. You never would have been able to use that unit to its full capacity. He would have immediately been obsolete at the time that he awakened. Now, not to say he wouldn't still be a good unit, but it's just, again, to my comparison, AGL Vegito, amazing unit, but physical is better. Super Vegito, so on and so forth. So just let me know in the comments what you guys think in regard to some of the ideas that I positioned to you guys. What do you think is the most likely scenario, and what would you like to see happen? Would you like to see a new UI Goku mastered alongside the awakening of the one currently in the game, and he stays as Omen / unmastered, so that way you can use them on the same team? My first proposition, which is the one I think would, again, be exactly what happens. Let me know in the comments. I'll be in there. Anyways, have an awesome day. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble. All right, I'll catch you all in the next one. Take it easy.